And I think if these guys are going to be around for the next couple of years, which they will be, I expect there to be more fights.
So obviously, fight week, got Glowy fight, Sonny Edwards. I was just chatting to Frank. Can you see this being maybe more than one fight?
Yeah, I think when you look at like the divisions over the last few years, you've got those standout names like Chocolatito, Estrada, they've fought 3 times, Quadras, Rungbisai. This is probably the new era of those guys. And I think Sonny's starting that run now. You know, he boxed Jesse Van Rodriguez, boxed Curiel, the world champion, away from home. Now he's fighting Galao. And I think if these guys are going to be around for the next couple of years, which they will be, I expect there to be more fights. But let's get tomorrow out of the way first. Hopefully it's a cracker. It should be. And it's just a great show tomorrow night in Birmingham.
Yeah, and the undercard. So watching Taylor Bevan take his top off, your face.
I said to him, I want to look like Taylor Bevan. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, how on earth do you get in that kind of nick? I mean, I go to the gym nearly every day, and it ain't pretty when I got my shorts on. He is absolutely carved out of stone, and he can really fight. You know, I remember watching him in Birmingham in the Commonwealth Games. Yeah, he won silver medal, and he's a really exciting fighter. Good young kid, clean cut, and looking forward to his professional debut beginning tomorrow.
He looks like a Greek god.
Yeah,
one of those statues.
I know, unbelievable. Yeah.
So obviously the signing of Pat Brown as well, that was massive. Unfortunately I couldn't go there, but Manchester looked like they all came out.
It was a massive turnout. I mean, on 24 hours notice, we did an evening with Pat Brown. 400 people plus turned up, and he was a bit concerned because we know he's going to be a massive ticket seller, but it was just a great atmosphere, great energy as well. Do you know what I mean? It was just like a good vibe. A lot of happy people, excited, and that's what we've got to do with these young fighters going forward. Taylor Bevan's a good example. We've just got to make him accessible to you and to the fans so they can just join the journey. And the journey for Pat's going to be a big one, and he's going to have a huge following as well.
Yeah, and I've watched Pat in the amateurs. He's got such an exciting style. I wasn't suited for the amateurs, but I think when people see him fight on your shows,
when you... as well, it wasn't really a style that was suited to the amateurs, yet did so well as an amateur. So yeah, I think you're going to see him really excite people as a professional.
So going through the card, you got Conor Walker.
Yeah.
What a fight that's going to be.
Yeah, I think, you know, Ritson really will enjoy that style a lot more than he did, say, Paddy Donovan. Like he's not really interested in people outboxing him and fiddling him around. Like he wants someone to stand in front of him. He won't have to go looking for Conor Walker. And you know, that fight, Ryan Kelly against Conway, I loved that fight. I love Cameron Vong against Gwyn. I really like Troy James against Michael Stevenson. I mean, that's a fight on before the bell.
And that's fiery.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone on the card, there's been a lot of respect for that.
I think that, yeah, we just talking in interviews about moving forward. Like, you can put a big name in a average fight, or sometimes an uncompetitive fight, or you can put a good name in a great fight. And I think that's got to be with Riyadh season and stuff like that, I think that's got to be the strategy moving forward, because the product is really what matters, and great fights equals great product. So you just got to get the mix right of the profiles that you're putting on the card. But I think as long as we make good fights, we'll be okay. And I think tomorrow's a great example of that.
Yeah, and the bar has been raised so much over the past sort of 2 years. We've seen, obviously, Battle Undisputed multiple times. So now the bar's set that high. When people are coming to the smaller shows, it must be difficult to be topping it off, because boxing is just leveling up.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of the big shows that are in Riyadh, we can't, the purses have gone out of control. We can't do Fury Usyk at the O2 because it's going to Riyadh. So what we've got to do is make the product different in the UK, but make it competitive and make it compelling. And that's why, like, British fight fans, they're smart, they're knowledgeable. If it's a good show, if it's a good main event, if it's a good card, they'll buy tickets and they'll tune in. It's quite transparent. And if it's not, they probably won't. So when you get it right, like tomorrow, all of a sudden it's a great crowd, good viewership on DAZN, a lot of media coverage, great public events. And obviously that's when it works, and tomorrow night works, and hopefully we can do more of that in 2025.
So you've been to Birmingham quite a few times in the last, what did you say, 6 times in 16 months? Was it?
Yeah, a bit less than that. I think this is the 4th time in sort of 15 months.
Yeah. So what city in England would you say has the best fans?
We had a great run in Newcastle with Ritson. I'm looking at a few others like Stoke with Masood. I think he's got a massive fan base. Sometimes when you go somewhere new that hasn't had boxing for a while, I think it can do really well. We don't have fighters from down there, not many, but areas like Southampton and Portsmouth, I think can do really well as well. But Stoke, and also Aaron Bowen's on this card, who's sold 500 tickets in the 6th round. Once he's in championship fights, he's going to do big numbers in Coventry. And I think those areas that haven't seen big-time boxing for a while do really well when you first go there. But Birmingham is somewhere that we've been consistently working on, and now it's working for us.
And would you be happy to put Aaron Bowen in with Taylor Bevan earlier, sooner rather than later?
I think you have to look at how they're doing, like how they look. And I think if you're looking great, then there's more attention and there's more investment in you moving forward. And Aaron's had a bad time because he's been out for over a year, but he's very exciting. I mean, those two, watching their fight at the Commonwealth Games, my God, it was an absolute thriller. And yeah, both very talented fighters. We've got a load of talented fighters right now. And it's going to be interesting over the next 12 to 18 months who moves on to kind of big domestic fights and world championship level, and who doesn't quite end up being what we hoped they'd be, because both things happen. But we've got a great stock of young fighters.
And even seeing the likes of Gavin Gwynn, who's coming off a loss, still getting another opportunity
I love
here.
Gavin's such a nice bloke. And you know, when Gavin Gwynn boxed at Fight Camp in the Garden, his dream was to be British champion, right? And it looked like I didn't think it would happen. And he went on to win British, Commonwealth and European titles. It's only like 2 fights ago. Now he's fighting Cameron Bong, who's had a handful of fights. But I want Cameron to be in a tough fight. And if he's not, still great, because he's moving at a very fast pace and he's ready for championships. That's great matchmaking, and long may it continue.
Lastly, what are your travel essentials? You are on the road 40 weeks of the year. What is your must-have, must-pack?
It's a good question, actually. Beard oil, right? I think like you're clean shaven. When you've had a beard for quite a long time, or stubble, when you shave it all off, you look like a right prick. And that is what I've found. Every now and again I go, do you know what I'm going to get? And I shave it off. I go, fuck me, you're an ugly bastard underneath it all. So beard oil, can't give you an official brand on it because I can't remember. Trainers for working out. And something that is not my travel essential, but I'm going to make it my travel essential moving forward in 2025, is pillow. I think I'm going to start bringing my own pillow on my travels.
Is that because the pillows in your hotels aren't good enough?
Mostly, yeah. I like a hard, what's it called?
Like a memory foam,
yeah,
like the real thick one.
That's what I like as a pillow, yeah. And the one in most hotels is just like, put your head down and just go straight through to the mattress.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Good to see you.
Cheers, mate.